Hello friends, now we are going to study the classification of buses. So first we are seeing the PQ oblique load bus. So what is PQ bus oblique load bus? PQ bus oblique load bus is that bus in which PI and QI will be specified and VI and del I will be unspecified. What is the meaning of specified and unspecified? We need to understand very carefully. So guys, let us see. The value is Pi and Qi. So let us take one load bus. If we are taking one load bus, then two things. Whatever the supply coming from the generator, that will not be considered in PI because PI is equal to PGI minus PDI. So whatever the generator at this bus and whatever the load demand at this bus, we will consider only two things. Whatever the power is coming from the transmission line, that we will not consider. If this is bus, so we can clearly see here from that the PGI is equal to 0 and PDI is always known. Remember guys, in BTEC syllabus, our PDI will always be specified, means it will always be known value. So PDI will always be known value. So we are going to specify what is specified quantity and what is unspecified quantity. So guys, see here at first second, let us assume we have load PDI plus J into QDI is equal to 80 plus J60. So we have 80 plus J60 initially. So at first second, we know that our Pi is equal to PGI minus PDI. Here PGI is equal to 0 minus PDI is 80. So Pi is specified at first second. In the same way, Qi will be equal to Qgi minus Qdi. So Qgi is 0 minus Qdi is 60. This is also we can get, that is minus 60. The important point comes when we will consider at second. Means this is the first second, the first time. What will happen on the second time? After few times, means after some time, at second time, if the changes are happening, if this is load bus, then what will happen? The load will be changing. So let us assume the load has become here, that is 100 plus J into 60, and power whatever supplies, let us assume initially it was 80 plus J60 and our voltage watt V is equal to 1 and delta is equal to 0 degree. Let us assume this has been specified, this has been given. The 80 plus J60 means whatever the active power demand has been supplied, whatever the reactive power demand has been supplied, because there is no generation. So voltage was V is equal to 1 and delta is equal to 0. What will happen when we will change the load and still the power supplied is 80 plus J60? So what is happening exactly? Still our generation is 0. So we will consider Pi is equal to at second, that is 0 PGI minus 100, that is become minus 100, and Qi become 0 minus 60, that is minus 60. So after changing the load, still Pi and Qi has been specified. So we can say that after changing the bus, if after changing the load, if still Pi and Qi are known values, means calculated value in numerical value, and we do not need to calculate these things, so this bus will be called as specified bus. And one more you think, consider that at the first second the power demand was 80 plus 60 and the power supplied from the source was 80 plus J60, so that voltage was V is equal to 1 and D is equal to 0. When the load has been changing and the power supplied from the source has not changed, now you can see here that the load has been changed to 100 plus J80, let us assume 80. So what will happen here, 100 plus J80 means it can be 90, it can be 100, whatever the value will be, that should be different from previous value, active power and reactive power both. So what is happening exactly, previously our voltage was V is equal to 1 and D is equal to 0. Now after changing the load, Pi and Qi are specified, but here you can clearly see that the 20 VAR amount of reactive power is still needed for voltage V become 1 pu. So voltage is not 1 pu here, so we need to calculate the value of vpu. So whenever any quantity has to be calculated, that value will be unspecified. In another way, we can say that we have to calculate V is equal to 1 pu, so it is unspecified value. In the same way, we can say in terms of delta also, because initially the active power load was 80 and demand active power supplied from the source was 80, but here you can easily say that after changing the load, it become 100 and the supply is still 80, so 20 it is still needed. So the delta value will not be 0, delta value will change, and the delta value we have to calculate, and we know that whatever quantity we have to calculate, that value will be unspecified. So this is the concept of specified and unspecified for the better understanding. And we are studying PQ oblique load bus, so clearly we can say that Pi and Qi are specified and Vi and Li are unspecified. One more point also need to discuss here, that every load bus is PQ bus. Like we can see from here that always this Pi will be equal to 0 minus PDI and Qi will be equal to 0 minus QDI. So at every point the load is changing and the generation are still the same value, so Pi and Qi will be specified. So here it is the concept of PQ oblique load bus. So now coming to PV oblique generator bus. For better understanding, I am taking one isolated power system, means one generation and one load demand. For PV bus, first I am writing the necessary condition. In PV bus, Pi and Vi will be specified quantity, and Qi and del I will be unspecified quantity. So now we are going to take one isolated bus which has load demand like here. Let us assume first load demand is 80 plus J60 and the power supplied from the generator is 80 plus J60. And one more point also, it is excitation control generator. It is excitation control generator. And the QGI limit has been given as 100 MVAR to 10 MVAR, and here it is also MVAR, let us assume. So guys, we need to consider this. So at first second, 80 plus J60 and 80 plus J60. So the excitation control generator means Vi should be specified. What is the meaning of specified? Means you can take two conditions. At first second, I will discuss the both the condition. Let us discuss the first condition. That is, Vi should be equal to 1 pu, and if our load is 80 plus J60 and our generation is 80 plus J60, and at second means at second time when the load is changing, let us assume 100 plus J into 80. So we wanted previously that voltage should be equal to 1 pu. If the voltage should be equal to 1 pu, then what will happen basically? So if the voltage should be equal to 1 pu, then what will happen? See guys, if this exciter will check load is changing from 60 to 80, so the excitation here will compare and still see that 20 MVA are still necessary to make the voltage profile 1 pu after the changing of load. So what it need to be, the generator need to be calculate that what amount of reactive power it has to be generated more. So the QGI will calculate and then it will generate. Like initially it was 80 plus J60 and generator was delivering 80 plus J60, but when our load changes at the second time, that's become 100 plus J80. So this what will happen, for the voltage to be 1 pu, this generator will compare that what amount, they calculate that what amount of reactive power it has to be generated more. After that the voltage will become 1 pu. So in this condition the generator will see that 20 MVAR will require more, then it will calculate first the 20 MVAR, then our voltage will be constant. So you can easily see from here that at initial time, at second time, when the changes is happening, then changes is happening, then qi will be equal to QGI minus QDI, and we know that the QDI will always be specified, so this will be equal to 80, and QGI we need to calculate. QGI we need to calculate to be V is equal to 1 pu. So QGI we need to calculate, and for the QI to be specified, both the quantities should be specified, but here the QGI is not specified, means it had to be calculated, the voltage become 1 pu. So QGI we have to calculate, so QI will become unspecified. So here you can see easily that I have written here QI will become unspecified quantity, and in case of delta we can easily say that we do not need to delta become specified. So when 80 and 80 active power demand and 80 was supplied, and after that the power demand, active power demand has become to 100, and still the active power generation is 80. This is not changing basically, so this will become 100. So what will happen, the active power is not matching, so delta will definitely change. So the delta is basically I have written unspecified quantity. Guys, always remember that in case of PQ oblique load bus or PV oblique generator bus, if the pi will be specified, del I will be unspecified. If qi will be specified, vi will be unspecified. If qi will be unspecified, then vi will be specified. What we observed from this concept. Now what we can change is, if our load was 80 plus J60 and the power generation was 80 plus J60. Now what we are doing is, in first case we have taken V equal to 1 pu at the second times of load. Let us assume after the load changes we have to maintain voltage is equal to 1.2 pu. So there is specified before that it has to be generated 1.2 pu. So this excitation will calculate the reactive power generation according to the voltage we have to maintain. So this is another point. So do not need to confuse between constant quantity and specified quantity. So here it is concept of PV oblique PQ bus in general. But what will happen when the excitation limit will exceed? Let us assume our load is changes from 120 plus J into 110. So what will happen, at first time our generation was 80 plus J60 and our demand was 80 plus J60. So voltage was 1 pu and delta is equal to 0 pu. Now what is happened, the load has been increased from 80 plus J60 to 120 plus J110. So if we can see clearly from here that, so right now this generator will calculate for voltage to be specified. Generator will calculate reactive power generated for the voltage to be specified, and it has been calculated that the 50 MVAR required more to be generated. But when it will see, it can generate only 100 MVAR maximum. So 10 MVAR is still needed to voltage to become 1 pu. So what will happen? But generator is unable to produce, so what will happen? Voltage will dip down. Voltage will dip down means voltage we need to calculate it. So voltage will become unspecified and unspecified. And we are talking about the Qi quantity. So Qi will be equal to Qgi minus Qdi. So we can see from here that Qgi is nothing but 100, because it will be, it can maximum generate 100 and it is 110. So all the Qgi and Qdi are specified because it can generate up to the maximum value. So Qi become specified, Qi become specified. So now we need to discuss one thing, that if there is a violation of reactive power demand, then what is happening? If there is violation of reactive power demand, then the reactive power Qi value will be specified, and the Vi we need to calculate it. We need to calculate. So Vi we need to calculate means this bus will become PQ bus. This will become PQ bus. There is a difference between PQ bus and load bus. I am going to tell you. So what I told you, there is a difference between PQ and load bus. Every load bus is by default a PQ bus. But every PQ bus cannot be load bus. Means by default, if you will see that this PDI plus J into QDI, this is load bus, and we can see that generation is 0 always. So we can see PI and QI will always be specified. So this is PQ bus, load bus is PQ bus. But when we are considering one generator, and at this generator, and whenever the reactive power value exceed or violate its limit, then this will become PQ bus, as I have discussed earlier. So generator bus is PQ bus, and we can say that generator bus cannot be load bus in physical terms also. So it is said that every load bus is by default a PQ bus, but every PQ bus cannot be a load bus. So it is clear. Now one concept we need to discuss more, that if the excitation is constant, let us assume 100 plus J80, and this is 100 plus J80. This is discussing in terms of PV oblique generator bus. So at first second our voltage is equal to 1 pu and delta is equal to 0 degree. So now guys, this is maintained, and what is happening, we know that this generation will always be 80, means excitation is constant. Excitation is constant, and let us assume at second this has been changing to 120 plus J into 90. So this generator will unable to change, and this will be unable to give extra 10 MVA or whatever the change. So what will happen, the 10 MVAR reactive power will be still needed, so voltage value will not be specified. So this will become voltage value we have to calculate, and still we can see that the load is specified always, and the generation is excitation is constant, means this is also specified. So Qi will also be specified because Qgi and Qdi both are specified. So you can see that whenever the reactive power limit violates or the excitation is constant, that generator bus will convert to the PQ bus. Now we are discussing the voltage controlled bus. Basically, what is voltage controlled bus? Voltage controlled bus is different kind of bus, like tap changing transformer, booster transformer, and statcom, and static war compensator, and your compensator. So what we are going to do is, first we are going to check the compensation. Basically, still we are seeing that we do not take the amount of reactive power supplied or delivered from the compensation. Pi, if you are writing, then simply it will be Pgi minus Pdi, means it will be generation and demand. So there, as I have discussed, there will be no effect of power is coming from the source for power the transmission line, and whatever the reactive power has been consumed or given to the bus, it will not be considered. Pi means only simply one thing, Pgi minus Pdi. So whenever we will find the voltage control bus, we will see that voltage will always be specified. It can be always specified to 1 pu at first time, and second you can always keep 1 pu, or we can also keep v is equal to 1.2 pu, means you have to specify what the amount of voltage we are going to fix that. So now we can see in terms of voltage control bus. So what is voltage control bus? Voltage control bus for V need to be specified. V need to be specified. This is the first condition. We need to specify Vi. And we can also see that the load initially take 100 plus J80 simply, and here it is coming from 100 plus J80. So everything was balanced. So everything was balanced mean our voltage was 1 pu and delta is equal to 0 degree. Now what is happening? Let us assume the load is changing, means it become 120 plus J into 100. So what happened? This shunt capacitor will check and will deliver 20 MVAR more reactive power for the voltage to be constant, so voltage is specified here, we can see that. But when we will write the value of Pi will become, initially it was 100 and 100, but after the load change it become 120. So still load is specified, and the reactive power, that is Pgi minus Pdi. At first second we are talking about, if 100 was 0 at first time, 100 Pgi minus Pdi was 100, and at second stage Pi at second it will become 0 minus 120. So we can see that at first second and second both the second and first time and second time both the Pi value is specified, and we can say that the value of Qi at first second it was 0 minus 80 at first second, and Qi at second time also this will become 0 minus 100. We are not considering this reactive power compensation or reactive power supplied from the source, as I have discussed earlier. So Qi is also specified. So this is the quality of voltage control bus, that in voltage control bus all the value Pi, Qi and Vi, all the three quantity will be specified, and the only unspecified quantity is delta. This is the difference between generator bus oblique PV bus oblique voltage control bus. This is the difference between voltage control bus and PV bus. And in PV bus, Pi and Bi was specified and Qi and del I was unspecified. But if we can see in voltage control bus, Pi, Qi, Vi, three quantity are specified and only unspecified quantity is del I. So this is the calculation difference point of view. And we can also see that the generator bus that is PV bus cannot be voltage control bus like compensation bus. So these have a slight physical difference, these have a slight calculation difference, but when we will consider in power system in BTech level, then voltage control bus and the PV bus has clubbed together. It means voltage control bus will always be considered as PV bus. Always remember guys this thing, whatever I am telling you, voltage control bus will always be considered as PV bus. So this is the condition of shunt capacitor compensation. Either we can take this tap changing transformer, then still the cases of generation and demand will be the same. Voltage will be controlled either by tap changing transformer, either by voltage booster transformer, so that will not affect the PGI and PDI or QGI and QDI. So it will always be same. So this is the concept of voltage control bus. Now we are going to understand the concept of slack bus. So let us assume we have three bus power system I am only taking only generator bus at 1 and 2, and this is considered to be PV bus, means this is P1 and V1 is specified, and this is P2 and V2 is specified, and this is P3 and Q3 are specified. I have written only the specified quantities. I am not writing the generation or load. So I am now going to write the generation or demand. Let us assume our demand at bus number 3 is 2 plus j into 2, and the losses in the transmission line is 0.5 plus j into 0.5. So the active power and reactive power generated will be equal to, let us assume 1.5 plus j 1.5 here, and let us assume 1 plus j1 here. So we can see and we can match that two. We can talk about the active power first. 2 active power demand and 0.5 losses, so it will become 1.5 plus j1. So our frequency will be whatever we designed, and same in case of reactive power. But when we are changing our load, it means 2.5 plus j into 2.5. Then if this demand has been changed, we are talking first about the active power, then we will talk about the reactive power. So first, our demand has been increased to 2.5. If our demand has been increased to 2.5, then losses will definitely change, and the losses will be like 0.75 or whatever it will increase. Let us assume 0.75. So the whole need to fulfill, so 2.5 plus 0.75, this will become 3.25, and the generator need to generate 3.25. But pi and we are talking about the pi, so basically load and the losses has been 3.25. And if you are talking about the generator will be specified, means at the second time we have the information that we are going to put the values on 2.5 or 3 or 3.5 or 4, but we do not have the information whatever the load will be changes. So if this will become 3.25, the load and losses, and this was 1.5 plus 1, and still it is become 2.5 because it has not the prior information that the exact amount of load will changes. So this will become 1.5 plus 1, so this will become 2.5, and it still we can see that the difference between 3.25 minus 2.5 is still, so the delta will be changed and delta will be calculated. This means delta will be unspecified. In the same way, vi will be unspecified. So we can clearly see that in the practical power system, our delta means our frequency needs to be constant. Our frequency needs to be constant means whatever you design, and voltage for also it also need to be specified. So if we want to specify our vi and del I, then in every power system there must be a generator for which pgi and qgi must be changing. Let us assume after variating the PGI and QGI, let us assume the load has become 3.25. So this generator will evaluate whatever amount of the active power and reactive power will be needed for voltage, and delta I will to be become constant. So it will calculate, and PGI and QGI will calculate to become VI and del I specified. So PGI and QGI will have to calculate, means PI and QI will become unspecified. So this is the property of slack bus, means for the slack bus pi and qi will be unspecified, and vi and del I should have to be specified. So this is the property of slack bus. Slack bus can also represented as slack bus can also represented by reference bus, Why it is called reference bus? Because if we are dealing with AC, then there must have one bus that should be taken as reference, because without the reference AC is not possible. So there should be one bus that is reference bus, so we choose this bus as a reference bus. This slack bus is also called as swing bus. We can see here that to make Vi and del I specified, Pi and Qi are variating, it means it's oscillating. So Pi and Qi are oscillating, that is why this bus is also called as swing bus. And also one more important point is that the generation level of slack bus would be maximum, means let us assume we have 10 generator bus. Among those, one would be selected as slack bus and 9 bus would be selected as PV bus. So the maximum amount of generation capability generator would be selected as slack bus, because we need to specify Vi and del I. So this is the important point. The maximum generating bus would be considered as slack bus. So this is all about all the buses. If you have this kind of idea, then you can answer any kind of question. And if we are going to study the Newton-Raphson load flow, then this kind of classification you need to be very specific, and we need to be very clear the thought of Pi and Qi and Vi and del I. So here it is all about the classification of buses.